Hi, Gulnaz. Good afternoon.
Hello,
How are you?
very good afternoon. Very good afternoon. First of all, I want to just say you that you are wearing a very vibrant color, a red color, and that red color just is a symbol of energy, fresh life. That you are full of enthusiasm, you are full of life, like red blood. Because blood is the mainstream. Blood is the main ingredient in your life. Without blood you cannot survive, and this color always appeals me a lot. And the color and the lipstick you are wearing, and then the henna you are applying on your hands is just mind blowing. And the smile which you are wearing, it is totally an amalgamation of a live person, energetic person, a person full of life.
Oh my God. I don't think the welcome could have been more, it could have been warmer or it could have been better. I mean, it was such a warm welcome from your side, Gulnaz. I wholeheartedly thank you for your kind words. And I take it as an appreciation, at least for my henna, I take it as an appreciation. And thank you so much for giving this notice, giving your notice to whatever I'm wearing today. And I do believe a red color is a symbol of life. And as you mentioned, it is something that gives a good vibrance to your face, to your energy. So, yeah, I enjoy wearing this color totally. And thank you so much once again for giving this warm welcome to me. And I'm so happy, so
Okay,
privileged.
Viniji, as you are always smiling on the screen, you are having a very very smiley face, like a flower. And I like, because whenever you are in your emotional downside,
Hmm.
everyone is having this emotional trauma, you can say. Whenever anyone is having an interaction, having a conversation with you, you just start off with a smile, and this brighten up the conversation. So I would like to have a introduction, and I love to have your introduction, because I want that my audience should also know who is smiling Winnie G, and what does she do in her life, and what are her hobbies, what are her dreams and goals and everything.
Great, wonderful. I would love to introduce myself, Gulnaz. And first of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity on this platform to come up with what I am and what I do. So, as you mentioned, my name is Vinita. In short, it is Vinny, as you can see. My students, they fondly know me as Dia ma'am. That is how my channel's name is English with Winnie, Dia, because they know me as Dia ma'am. Academically, I am CA finalist, that is Chartered Accountancy, CS professional, that is Company Secretary, Masters in Economics. Alongside, I hold certification in public speaking. Professionally, I'm a communication and spoken English trainer. It's been 8+ years I have been into teaching. I have been teaching, I believe, for 10 years now. I started back in the year 2014. 2014 was the year when I started. I started teaching CA students at that time. I was a student, I was CA student, but I got an opportunity from the same institute to teach foundation level students, and I took that as a good opportunity, although I was skeptical whether I'll be able to do it or not. But I took that, and I thought there, that is when my teaching journey started. It was purely a passion. Not I didn't think about professional teaching at that time, but simply as a passion I started teaching. Over these years, I have taught more than 5,000 students. It's been 10 years now. If I talk about my communication and spoken English training, my teaching journey transitioned to communication training uh, back in COVID. So when COVID hit, I got opportunity from a couple of online platforms for English, spoken English part, and that is when my journey started as a communication trainer. Before that, my stream was a bit different. Like I used to teach CA students. My subjects were audit, economics, law. These were my subjects. But after COVID, I started English, And I have been teaching I have been teaching students from various backgrounds, like doctors, chartered accountant, IT people, and people preparing for competitive exams. So this is my student range. Other than that, if I talk about my spare time activities, as you know, I am a budding content creator. So most of my time these days is spent in planning my content, scripting, editing, recording, as you can relate to it, right? I have my YouTube channel, which is mainly having a niche of English where I share tips and tricks related to English. I'm a travel enthusiast. I love traveling. That is something that energizes me. I am an art enthusiast. I love art. The henna you can see on my hands, it is by my student. I used to teach this art as well. Other than that, I am into yoga, meditation, dance, and I love spending time in nature. And that is an elaborate introduction of mine. Thank you so much, Gulnaz, for giving this
Marvelous,
opportunity.
marvelous, just mind-blowing introduction. And I am blessed that I am having a conversation with such a queen that she is wearing so many feathers in her cap. In fact, you are so talented. Your journey, your transformation from a simple teacher to communicative coach or communication coach, and then your transformation to spoken English language classes and teacher, it truly reflects that you are a studious person, you are a resilient person. It shows your passion, it shows your determination as well. So I am very much elated. You can say I am over the moon, or you can say on the top of the world while having meeting with such a versatile personality that I am having today. So I am looking forward to have a robust conversation with a smiling face today.
Amazing, amazing, Gulnaz. Even I would love to know a little bit about you. So please let me know a little bit about you. Since it's our first meeting, I'm excited to know about you.
Thank you so much for having me to have my introduction. I am Gulnaz Aslam. I am from Punjab, Pakistan. I have done my master's in English as well as master's in history. I am a gold medalist in history. Throughout my college career, I have been the writer and editor of college magazine Amber. I have been the topper and scholarship holder of my college career throughout my college career. And I am fortunate enough that during my college career, I was bestowed upon my teacher to dedicate my time, extra time, spare time during the college hours to teach FSC students. And the subject was SST at that moment. And that was my first venture or adventure, you can say. I was the student of BA and I was teaching to FA level students. And that was my first adventure. And after that, if we talk about my practical career, I have been the head of department at Bahria Foundation College in English and History. And I have also given coaches to master's classes in language and linguistics at New England College. And nowadays, I am running my YouTube channel where I am imparting motivational speeches and sometimes conversational videos, some solo videos. Grammar is, you can say, my best hobby. Everyone says that this is my hobby, reading is my hobby, and traveling and everything is very precious hobby. But according to me, playing with the words, because I am also a writer, so playing with the words and grammar is all about me. I have 4 kids, 3 sons and 1 daughter. So
You
this
have
is a
got
little bit
kids? You are a
introduction
mother
of
to
mine.
4 kids?
Yes.
Amazing. You don't look like.
My eldest son is of 12 years old and he is also a debater and a speaker at district
Wow.
level. And my daughter is also a debater and speaker at her school.
Excellent, excellent. So they have taken up all these traits from you. That means communication and speaking, right?
Yes.
Great. Amazing, Gulnaz. Anything else you would like to add up to your outstanding introduction?
This is a little bit crisp introduction of mine. So I am looking forward to have a topic conversation which we have decided earlier and throw light on it because this is very much important and this is very much relevant to every professional. due to screen era, due to these online professionals, we consume a lot of time on screens. Rather, I would say that we are just glued to our screens. Whether we are offline or online, we are just glued to the screen. So I just think that what is the impact of this screen consuming on the kids? Because we are physically present, but mentally, emotionally, we are just ghosts, not available to them.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
what would you say?
Amazing. First of all, I would like to introduce this topics to all of our viewers. So I would like to clarify the topic that we are going to shed some light upon. So, guys, as Gulnaz already mentioned, the topic for our today's episode is the addiction we have with our mobile phone or gadgets, and how is it impacting our lives, not only us, but our kids or maybe our children, right? So that is the topic for the day. And Gulnaz, once again, I would like to thank you wholeheartedly for coming up with this absolute necessity. Like, it is a necessary discussion, and I would love to discuss uh, more and more on it. So let's get started. So, as you mentioned about this time that parents and kids, both of them, we cannot only specify parents here, kids and parents, in fact, everyone these days, people are glued to their gadgets, mobile phone, iPads, tablets, and laptops. And it has got severe, I'm saying, severe impact on us. The impact is active as well as passive, both. That means some of them, we are able to realize and sense that, okay, I'm being impacted by the excessive usage of mobile phone. And some of them are not even in realization. That means it is happening, but we are unable to realize or sense it, that we are being impacted in that way, like that kind of negative impact. If you notice people carefully, or if you observe them with keen interest, you will come to know a lot of changes taking place, not only physically, but also emotionally. So it is hampering our physical growth, mental growth, emotional growth, all of them. And today we'll be discussing all these aspects, and we'll be picking up some personal examples that we might have experienced or we might have seen around. So we'll be discussing them. And maybe if time permits, we can discuss how we can bring a change, little bit change, even if one person can get affected by this conversation, or if we ourselves can get a good change after this discussion, then I believe it is going to be one fruitful conversation and valuable not only for us, but for our viewers as well. So, Gulnaz, as you mentioned, this glue, right? It is absolutely a glue. Why are we calling it as glue today? When you wake up using your mobile phone alarm, right? As soon as you start getting ready, there is constant check of mails, notifications, or maybe if you have a to-do list, even these days our to-do list is on our mobile phone. We have several notes, we maintain several notes on our mobile phones. These days you will hardly find people using notebooks or any other notepads for maintaining their daily routines. Although till date you may call me some conventional, but I love to maintain my notes using either a whiteboard or notepad. But commonly we use mobile phone for keeping all our to-do list and all the reminders and everything. That is again the biggest reason to stay glued. Third thing, as soon as we start working, so this here we'll be taking both these cases, like professional and other than professionals, right? If you're professional, sometimes it becomes mandatory to use your mobile phone. Why? Because you have your mails and many other things and you need to check using it. But when you are, suppose if you are in kitchen, if you're not in that category where you are working, even if you are handling your kids or you are in the kitchen, or maybe you are in some other household chores. What we do is sometimes we love to play some songs or some music, some devotional songs, or maybe we commonly listen to some audios or watch some videos while working. So again, same exposure to mobile phone even while working. Then comes the important part, that is meals, breakfast, lunch. So today, this morning only, I was discussing digital detox with one of my students, where he mentioned he raised one question from me, Guldas, and he mentioned like, ma'am, suppose if you are in a cafe, right, and you ordered your coffee, okay, and let's suppose if barista is taking 10 or 15 hours, sorry, 15 minutes to serve that coffee to you. Meanwhile, what are you going to do in those 15 minutes? What are you going to do? I said, of course, you know what I'm going to do, right? That means I'll use my mobile phone. He said, ma'am, here we are different. I said, why? He said, ma'am, meanwhile, you said you will be using your mobile phone, but I will be entering in some kind of conversation with the barista or with any other person, or maybe make them comfortable. I won't use my mobile phone. I said, how is it possible? Right? He said, ma'am, because I am on my journey where I'm strongly following digital detox. Right? So I said, this is a wonderful habit and it may take time. That means you're sitting idle, completely idle. You have ordered some food or coffee or something, and now you have time, you have 15, 20 minutes on hand. And instead of touching your mobile phone or laptop, you're simply either introspecting or entering in some fruitful conversation with someone. So he said, ma'am, I am doing that part, the second part, rather than using my mobile phone. And I absolutely admired him for what he shared with me. It was helpful, right? So, Gulnaz, the main part is not only parents, kids also, you will find them glued to their mobile phones. These days, you will commonly find tablets in their hands, right? And while having their meals, everywhere, not only at home, in the restaurant, at a railway station, maybe on flight, wherever you go, you will find them having meals along with their mobile phones. That means watching some videos or something. So, of course, we can say we are glued to it, whether we are at the gym or at some peaceful place, whether we are on our evening walk, we put on our headphones and just use our mobile phones, right? So, of course, it is nothing short of glue, as you mentioned. So, Gulnaz, what is your opinion on it? Like, I would specifically want you to shed some light on it, and I just hope you will be able to relate with what I said.
You have very beautifully summarized that what is going on in the society while watching and consuming most of the screen. You are absolutely
Gulnaz, are you there? Gulnaz, are you there? Gulnaz, are you there?
yes, I am there. There was some
Okay,
network issue due to
no
which
worries,
video
no
was
worries.
stopped.
Yes.
Okay, you have Okay, Viniji, you have very beautifully summarized each and every aspect, I would say. You have elaborated it in so fantastic and realistic way. And I just want to say that when we are not having anything to do, before baking breakfast, before going to any kind of assignment, first of all, we are in the habit of scrolling, mindless scrolling, whether it is YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. And then all of a sudden, we realize that time is fleeting. Oh, we don't have enough time to perform that specific task. Then what kind of cycle is erupted? The cycle of depression, the cycle of stress. We are not relaxed, our nerves getting stressed. Rather, we are anxious. Oh my God, I would not be in the position to finish my project. My kids are coming home. What should I cook now? Oh my God, all my chores are pending now. These kind of things just disrupt the mental peace, the mental, and total chaos erupts in your household chores, in your project, in each and everything. So this is the fundamental principle of being stressed, being in a gloomy mood each and every time. But we do not realize that due to this screen time, all these kind of things are happening, and we are oblivious of time management. We are often saying that we are not following the time management. How can a person follow a time management when he is glued? When before using the screen time, we just think, we just perceive that we have enough time to scroll. Oh my God, there is enough time. I can just watch a few reels, a YouTube video of my own choice. But all of a sudden, time fleets because time waits for none. You have to catch time, you have to utilize time. Time is not there for you that strike the clock, that it's time, please stop doing this, please stop doing that. You are going to play havoc with your life as well. So in case of students, in case of parents, each and everyone is busy in this vicious circle, I would say. This is the vicious circle. We have to just unentangle ourselves from this vicious circle. Now, this is one aspect. The other aspect which I have closely observed is the emotional detachment from the parent side, from the kid side. Because when we are cooking, and we are studying something, we are just glued to the screen. Oh my God. And now our kid is calling us, our children are, you can say our kids are calling us for some urgent task. They need our help, they need our attention. But we are just saying, yes, I am coming, do your homework, do your assigned task, I am just coming. And that point of being arrived at that moment when your kid needs you the most, you are not present there. So what is the mental state of your child?
Here, I would
That
like to add a
this
point.
need is
Yes.
even more important than me. Then he starts the same behavior. Now you are calling your child that come here, I have a project, and let's do this project, let's finish this project. And the same behavior, the same pattern would be recycled again. But
Absolutely.
this time, not from your side, but from the side of your kid. And now you are just regretting, oh my God, what has gone wrong with my kid? But you didn't realize that what was gone wrong with your side.
Absolutely.
So this aspect, why our tables are silenced now? We are eating, but there is complete silence. No emotional, no kids are not discussing their problems. Parents are not discussing. If each and everyone is just busy and stuffing their mouth with whatever they have in lunch or meal or anything else. So my point of view is that we have to restrict ourselves because we do not realize that we are alive on screen, but we have become dead in our homes. There is no voice. There is no voice of happiness. There is no voice of laughter coming from the kid side, laughter coming from the parent side. They are not playing with each other. There is no play time. There is no game time. There is no recreational activities presented and just planned by the parents. What is going on? So this important point, this silence in the houses is the very detrimental sign to our future
Absolutely.
generations. What
Here I would
would
like
be
to
when
add
we
two
will?
points, Gulnaz. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
please.
Sorry to interrupt. Please complete. As you were mentioning, right? So I got two thoughts on my mind. One is while you were telling me that, while you were mentioning that, one is when they come to you and you are busy scrolling, and later you call them, and again that cycle repeats. Absolutely. So they say your cell phone is smart, but your kids are smarter. That means we consider our cell phone, okay, it is smart, it gives us a lot of information and maybe a lot of updates, day-to-day updates. But at the same time, we forget that we are here, we overlook our kids, and we forget that they are smarter than this cell phone. Today, we are ignoring them. The time is not far when they will start ignoring you, and then you will regret about the time which was really spent on your mobile phones, and you were engaged with your mobile phones and not with your kids. And later that day will come soon, and then we'll realize like what I did, what I just did, right? And there was one more point, Gulnaz, that is how time, we just say, oh, time flew, right, while we are on our mobile phones. So we commonly, you will find one complaint from people these days, that is, I am having the habit of procrastination. This is one commonly used term these days. It is not procrastination, it is your engagement with your mobile phone. That is the major reason behind this procrastination. That means when you were idle, you utilized your time on your gadgets, on your mobile phone. And if it was supposed to be for a minute, let's say you were supposed to call someone, one of your cousins or friends or maybe your parents, and then after calling you found, oh, there's some message from my friend, and you ended up spending 10 to 20 minutes like that, right? And after that, the work that was pending, let's suppose you had an important assignment to submit, okay, and it was 80% complete, 20% was still remaining. But instead of utilizing your time on that necessary assignment, what you did, you spent your time on your mobile phone, maybe scrolling something or maybe on call, right? And after that, what happened? Now we feel like, okay, let's do this pending 20% of assignment tomorrow. That means we already procrastinated that work. And then it becomes our habit. So the core reason behind this procrastination is again your mobile phone or maybe your time spent on gadgets. And as you mentioned, this emotional neglect, right? There is this intense feeling of being left out in our kids due to this mobile phone addiction. Intense feeling of being left out. When they need us, we don't give enough time. When we will need them, of course, the cycle will repeat, right? And this behavior, like when we leave them apart using our mobile phones, this is clearly a behavioral pattern, and we will be able to notice this in their behavior, how they get easily annoyed, irritated. If you will shout at them like they will shout at you in a louder manner, right? Or maybe you will find them quite emotionally detached, as you mentioned. And there is one more thing, Gulnaz, that I would like to specifically mention. Gulnaz, are you there?
Yeah,
Gulnaz, am I audible?
you are please audible, but has happened at my end. I don't know what has happened.
Okay, your video isn't on.
Yes.
Yes, no worries. Okay. So as I was talking about this, the behavior, the change in their behavior, it is quite evident, right? You will find difference in their response, right? In their academics, in their social life, in your social life. So this is deeply impacting us to our core. Actually, it is impacting us to our core. And as I was talking about kids, Gulnas, so you will find these kids, they say that no matter how much you teach them, they will learn when you teach your kids, but they will copy you even more. Whatever you do, they are going to copy because they consider their parents to be their role models. And if
Yes.
they find you scrolling for the whole day or maybe half of your time, they may consider it as absolutely normal. Okay, using mobile phone is a normal or ordinary part of our lives. And that is how they'll start doing the same thing. So they will follow the pattern that they are going to see. So it is really up to us to reflect, to pause, and to think about it. What exactly I am imparting to my kids? What am I passing
Absolutely.
on to my kids? So this is one thing that needs reflection. And instead of thinking about what can I do next, let's just go back, reflect, and see where I'm going wrong. Where am I going wrong? And where I need to uh, come up with those corrections, those soft spots of my life. So this is one thing I think should be done. That is reflection and thinking how usage and addiction of mobile phone is impacting my behavior and my kids' behavior. What do you think, Gulnaz? Although time won't permit as much, but I want you to give me your point.
Yes, very important point you have raised and very realistic as well. I totally agree with all of you. What you have said, we have to define the boundaries. We have to redefine ourselves. We are not going to redefine the actions or behavior of kids. We just what we can do, we can have a you can say the reformation of our own personalities, of our own behavior. Only then we will see the visible changes in kids behavior. So this is very much important that just see, just visualize for a moment that what you have done with yourself, what you have done with the basic structure of your household. Only then you will be able to redefine the boundaries, because boundaries are very much important, and we have to just limit the screen time when we are in urgent need. For example, we are having a conversation. This is absolute urgent need. Now, after having conversation, if we are just scrolling and scrolling again, then it is of no usage. So when we are at our dining tables, there should be a rule. There should be a rule. You can speak it aloud from your mouth that meal time, breakfast time, dinner time, let's dine together and say bye-bye to this mobile phone. Your tone, your modulation, your rise and fall, your emotional attachment to your voice should reflect that this is the time when we are for ourselves.
Together.
So in this way we can restrict, and
Amazing.
we can make the better usage of internet and screen time. This is wonderful.
Amazing. So, Gulnaz, here I think this meeting is almost at its end. And today we are having such wonderful conversation. I really don't want to wrap it up, but time won't permit us. But with a promise to meet again on a fruitful topic as to how we can mitigate it and how we can just find other resources to utilize our time, and the digital detox part, we'll be meeting on it. And it was one amazing